Welcome to the Wealthbox overview video, where we'll look at how Wealthbox and the Intulse app interact with one another. Before you can begin using the integration, your Wealthbox account will need to be authenticated and connected with your Intulse app. The first step is to enter an API key. Log into your Intulse app and select the More tab to navigate to the Wealthbox screen. From there, click on the API Access Token Settings page link. Here, you may need to log into your Wealthbox account. This will take you to a page where you can see any existing API keys or create a new one. Click on the Create Access Token button. Give the token a label, and then, once it has been saved, copy the newly created API key and paste it in the API key field in the Intulse app. Each user in your organization will need to complete this step to create their unique API token. While we strongly recommend having each user create their own individual token, it is possible for a system administrator to enter a default API key that will be used to enable the integration for each user, even if they have not entered their own. If your organization has multiple Wealthbox integrations, it's a good idea to provide a friendly name for each one to help distinguish between them. Your system administrator will also need to select your settings related to logging calls and text messages. These settings will apply to everyone in your organization who uses the integration. Choose whether you want calls to be automatically logged once the call is completed. Choose how calls will be logged. If you do not check this box, call logs will be created as notes in Wealthbox. Checking this box will cause call logs to be created as tasks instead of notes. If you select this setting, another option will appear asking you to choose if the tasks should be marked as not completed. This also allows you to select the category with which incoming and outgoing call logs should be marked. Choose whether you want the daily text message history to be logged in Wealthbox. If this box is checked, each night a log will be created for all text message conversations that took place that day. Each conversation will be logged as one complete file, showing each message sent or received within that conversation, including any attachments. Click the Save button, and the integration will be authenticated and ready to go. In order to fully benefit from this integration, both Wealthbox and the Intulse app should be open and running in the background of your device. There are several ways to initiate a call to an existing client once the integration is authenticated. Make sure your virtual phone is enabled. Begin typing a contact name in the search bar of the Intulse app, and any current contacts will appear, along with any related integration logos. Simply click on a name and then the Call button. Another option is to initiate the call directly from the phone number within their client record. If you have our Intulse Companion app browser extension installed, all phone numbers will appear as clickable hot links. Simply click on a phone number to easily start a call with that contact. We've been looking at how this integration works on the desktop app, but the same calling options are available on your mobile device. Make sure you have the Intulse app downloaded with the virtual phone enabled. You'll now be able to search for contacts and initiate calls directly from the Intulse app on your mobile device. If you prefer to use a desk phone instead of making your calls through the app, leave your Intulse virtual phone set to Disabled. Now, when you enter a name or phone number in the search bar, or click a phone number to call, the call will be sent to your desk phone. When the phone begins to ring, pick up the receiver and the outbound call will be dialed. Let's take a look at what happens when you receive an incoming call. When a call comes in from a recognized contact, a notification will appear, allowing you to open the contact's record in any integration where they are an existing client. On the active call screen, you'll see buttons allowing you to mute yourself, access the keypad, put the caller on speaker, put the call on hold, or transfer the call. You can transfer the call to another extension or an extension's voicemail. Calls can also be transferred to a conference room, queue, or a parking lot. Parking lots are a way to put a caller on hold, allowing anyone in your organization to pick up the call from their extension. Clicking the back arrow will take you to the My Phone screen. Here you'll see the call you're currently on, along with a drop-down menu with several call actions. You can use this menu to transfer the call to any of the previously mentioned locations. There's also an option to transfer the call to your mobile device for further mobility if your mobile number is entered on the profile page. You can also choose to start or stop call recording, depending on call recording settings for your organization. The final option on this list allows you to create a log of this call. Depending on your settings, a log may be created automatically, but this option allows you to enter more detailed information about the call. Add any notes about your conversation with the client that may be helpful to reference at a later date. You're also able to choose where you'd like to log this note if you use multiple integrations. Once you click Save, the note will be logged. Selecting the caller's name will open their contact record, showing you their name and phone number, the servicing agent, any notes pinned on this account, and a 90-day call history. If more than one record exists for this phone number, for example, family members who may share the same phone number, you'll be able to select the appropriate record for the person calling. This includes contacts found in any other integration you may be using. You can also select the contact's name to open their full record if you didn't already select that in the initial notification. If you answer a call using the Intulse app on your mobile device, a log of the call will still be created and attached to the client's record in your integration. If you prefer to use a desk phone instead of the app, simply pick up the receiver on your desk phone to answer an incoming call. You'll still receive the incoming call notification on your desktop and have the option to open the contact's record, as well as select any of the options on the My Phone screen within your app while on your desk phone. Call logs can be viewed in both the contact record in your integration and the Intulse app. Call logs can be found under the Activity tab in Wealthbox. They will either be designated as a note or a task, depending upon the settings selected by your system administrator. The subject line for the call log will be the phone number associated with the call, unless a note was created during the call, in which case the subject line will reflect what was entered in that note. Click on it to open the detailed record of the call. Other details included in the call log are any notes related to the caller, the user on your system with whom the call was connected, the direction of the call, the date and start time of the phone call, the duration of the call, and the phone number. A copy of the call recording is also attached to the call log. Clicking on the Download option will save a WAV file to your Downloads folder. You also have the option to add a reply directly into the call log. Calls are also logged within the Intulse app. To access call logs, go to the Call History report using the Reports tab. This will show all calls associated with your extension. By default, the report shows call activity for the last few days, but you can change that using the date filter at the top of the screen. Click the Refresh button after selecting your dates. The most recent calls will be displayed at the top of the screen. For each call, you will see the date and time the call began, a return call button, and an SMS text button for external callers, an indication of whether the call was answered, whether the call was inbound or outbound, caller ID details, and the duration of the call. The microphone button allows you to access the recording if the call was recorded. You can either play or download the call recording. The call log button will open the call log in your integration. Click on the caller's name to access any pinned notes related to this client. There's also a call recordings report, which allows you to access any call recordings for your extension or any other extensions to which you have access. This report also allows you to search call recordings by phone number. All calls with that number will be displayed. Call recordings can be played back or downloaded directly from this screen. All text messages are also recorded and kept within the Intulse system and can be connected to contact records in your integration. Similar to making a phone call, there are several ways to send a text message. From your Intulse app, select the Chat tab, and then select New Conversation. Make sure you have selected the SMS tab, and then select your organization's number that you would like the text to send from, if you have more than one number available. The search bar will allow you to search for a contact's name. Select the contact and begin typing your message. You're also able to add files and images to your text using the Attachments field. Click Send once your message is ready. You can also send your message directly from the contact record if you have our Intulse Companion App Browser extension installed. Simply click on the phone number and select Send a Text Message. Select your organization's number that you would like the text to send from, if you have more than one number available. Type your message and add any files or images using the Attachments field. Click Send, and your SMS text will be sent to your contact. If your system administrator has selected to have text message logs created, a record of the entire text conversation will be recorded and logged in the contact record in Wealthbox. These text logs are created each night for all conversations that occurred that day. It will be logged as one complete conversation, showing each message sent by your organization and every message received from the contact. Just like phone calls, all text messages are also logged within the Intulse system. To access text logs, go to the Text Message Activity Report using the Reports tab. Select the date range for the messages you'd like to view. Note that text messages for the start date will be included, while messages for the end date will not be included. Click Run to open the report in a new browser tab. Click Export to download the data in a spreadsheet. Any images or files that were attached to a message will display in the browser version, but not in the spreadsheet. For each text message, you'll see the date and time of the text message, the phone numbers to and from which the texts were sent, and message content, including any files or images that were attached to the conversation. Outbound texts will display the name of the employee who sent them. There is an option to export the data to an Excel spreadsheet on the browser version of the report as well.